Hi guys, welcome back to the news. If you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. A former secretary to the government of Katsina State, Mustapha, in a response to calls for President Tinubu to negotiate with bandits, stated that such negotiations would be futile. Mr. Mustapha, who also served as the chairman of the amnesty program designed to end banditry in the state, argued that the bandits would be unlikely to leave their illicit activities due to the high profits they make from kidnapping. He said the bandits cannot leave banditry and embrace negotiation because of how kidnapping has become very, very lucrative. He added that no legitimate work can fetch them the kind of money they make from the banditry activities, and as such, he suggested that force might be the only effective approach to dealing with these bandits. He has urged the security agencies and the governors of the affected states to work together to confront the issue. And according to him, it is a very wrong advice, especially from those former governors and senators from a state was hit by the activities of bandits, to even talk of negotiating with these terrorists, with these bandits, despite the atrocities committed by them in the state and Nigeria as a whole. How can you negotiate with bandits? How can you negotiate with terrorists? We've tried that in 2017 to 2019, but it didn't work because they were not sincere. We were compelled to go into that because we realized that the security agencies were not doing what they ought to do. So we were under serious pressure from the people. And yes, Nigerians were looking up to their leaders for them to bring an end to these menace. But then they had to settle for a non-kinetic approach, and it lasted for a brief period, but it failed woefully at the end. It failed because they were not sincere, and second, because they were not organized, and they don't have common leaders whom, if they negotiate with, can serve as their representatives. So if they have a rivalry, and different groups, it is unlikely when you are fighting a group on ideology. So you see, these people are thieves, they are criminals. If you negotiate with them, what will you give them? That is what they are asking for. What will you be giving them? Will you be giving them a salary or what? Then people who are getting used to making huge sum of profit, money, especially from these kidnapping activities. So there is nothing legitimate they can do. There is nothing legitimate they can do close to what they are getting through these kidnapping activities. So it will be very, very impossible for these people to willingly accept to leave this their business because of what they are doing for everything. And how would you even compensate them? Because how will you even try to pay them? When the government did so in 2017, 2019, it lasted for only a short period. But then it did not work. Now these people are known for their activities. And 90% of them are involved in these activities. In fact, they are trained to engage in these activities. So the government has to use force. So the government, they have to use force in tackling this issue, because it will be impossible, very impossible for these bandits, very impossible for these terrorists to willingly accept to negotiation. It won't work that way. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this issue? Yes, the former president Muhammad Buhari failed to end banditry because he's deeply involved in the act, and Tinubu should never accept, his vice offer to the solution of this crisis. The Nigerian soldiers need to go after these Fulani infidels. Yes, exactly. The first time someone talking tough on ways to handle bandits in Nigeria. To be very clear, any forms of criminal must face an instant death, nothing like negotiation. Does negotiation bring back those people that they have killed or those people that they have inflicted with poverty? State governors have to stop the act of not signing death warrants, even if the court should pronounce their executions. Well, kudos to this man for his great courage. This is one of the best approach to this menace. You see, the SSG Castina, God bless you for your straightforward and your factual evidence that you have. That means you have the best interest of your state and the people at heart. Now imagine. How can you even negotiate with criminals and even paying them when the masses are suffering? The main problem of this country is the government. Now there is no job. Even those that are self-employed, they demolish it. They even banned the source. What is going on in this country? And now we see that the security agencies, they are not doing their job. They are only interested in looting and bribery. I'm also disturbing innocent people and let the corporates go. This analysis is very clear and it is the surest way to go. And this is a pure truth. Our Nigerian government needs to deal with these criminals seriously. Okay, guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. You see, this SSG have made it known that it is very, very impossible for these bandits to leave banditry because the business is very lucrative for them. They find the business very, very lucrative. So these affected state governors, those that their states are being plagued with issues of banditry, terrorism, they should collaborate. They should join forces in confronting this challenge. If they try negotiating with these criminals, it won't work. For how long will they negotiate? When these people see that this business is very lucrative, they won't leave it. But then, if these state governors, if the federal government should show force, then they will know that the FG is very serious. Now, the security agencies should as well combat these bandits effectively. Yes, and most of them are of the Fulani tribe, the Niger Republic, that are coming into this country, causing crisis and tension in this country. But then, my country people, Mr. Mustapha have asserted that it is only through a decisive military action that these bandits could be compelled. If not, if they are saying they should negotiate, it won't work. It won't work because those that are saying let the government go for dialogue with these bandits and Fulani headsmen, it won't work. The kidnappings will continue because such negotiations would be fruitless. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comment section. Thank you. Bye.